Hello everybody, welcome to Chow Time. I am Spike Spencer, and today we are going to be making a simple yet elegant tomato basil soup. Alright, let's get started right away. It's very, very simple. It's tomato. It's basil. It is garlic. Oh, and some cream. I forgot about the cream. I got cream over here. Where you get cream? Right here. No, I got cream. Look at that cream. I got cream. Boom, boom, boom. We'll have the cream. All right, let's make this thing happen. So over here in my pot, I already have some tomatoes. I'm just going to show you. I'm using basically one batch of grape tomatoes, like that. And I cut them in half. You can cut them even further down if you want to cook them faster, but I'm going to be blending them. So I pop them in there, and I will move that over in a second. To show you even better, but I'm going to show you what all I'm putting in here first. I have a little bit of olive oil in there to start them sauteing, and a little bit of salt. Oh, actually, I need to put a little salt in there. A little bit of salt. The salt helps pull out the moisture, which is what we're going to want. And then a nice gob of butter. Now that's a scientific cooking term, a gob of butter. Remember that. How much is a gob of butter? I don't know, but when in doubt, use an extra gob. And that's my next t-shirt. All right, let's move this around. That's going to melt down. These tomatoes, this is so simple. And it threw me for a loop, I'm telling you right now. I was like, wait, it's that easy? Yes, it is that easy. Well, damn. All right, I'm going to use 1 clove of garlic. You can use more if you want, but I don't want to overpower the dish. So I'm going to chop it up nice and thin. Mincing it mainly. Just real quick. There we go. I don't have a backup band or anything for mincing music, so I've got to add it myself. That's not right. Okay, we have our garlic. Let's give that a stir. Tomatoes are starting to break down. Beautiful. Now, I'm going to be using fresh basil. I have some fresh basil growing in my garden, which I highly recommend. You get some fresh basil in your garden. I'm just going to chop that up a bit. Ooh, roughly chop. Roughly chop. And I like, actually, a little bit of pepper in there. A little spice, just a little kick. This was also in my garden. I have a little jalapenos and some Tabasco peppers and a cayenne pepper, like 1 cayenne pepper, really. So it's just looking at me and going, you know, are you going to pick me someday? What are you going to do with me? I'm like, I have no idea what I'm going to do with that cayenne pepper at this moment in time. And of course, all the Tabasco peppers, I mean, I would like to make Tabasco, but then again, that's already been made. Okay, let's move this over. I'm going to put this in the pot and move the pot over so you guys can see what I'm doing next. Yay! You're really in my kitchen. This is really my place. Oh, cool. While I'm showing you, whenever you have a cutting board, always put something down, whether it's a wet towel or something. I use cabinet liner. I use this in culinary school as well. I bring it every day and put it out. People go, what are you doing? And I put the cutting board down. They go, whoa. Yeah, I know. It's pretty cool. There is our tomato soup. It is coming along quite nicely. So the reason I found this recipe is I'm a nerd, all right? I'm a bit of a sci-fi nerd, surprise, and I am a food nerd. I will read cookbooks and traveling food stories all day long. Sabre magazine was the best magazine on the planet. May it rest in peace. So I was reading a book, and it was about this little girl in Paris, this writer. He said he was there meeting a friend or whatever, and this little girl goes up, probably not much older than my son, Declan. And she starts the pot going. She throws some olive oil or some butter in there and chops up some tomatoes, throws them in there, and a handful of basil, just rips it up and throws it in there and cooking that. And he's like, what are you doing? You know? And she's, I'm making soup. And she did exactly what I'm doing here. And then a little whipping cream. Now, I don't think she whipped it, which is what I'm going to do here in just a second. She may have just, it may have been nice, chunky, and, you know, kind of break the tomatoes up a little bit. If they're grape tomatoes, obviously you're going to probably want to blend them. If they're regular tomatoes, they might work fine. Canned tomatoes might even work. Be a little surprised, but sure, why not? I'm gonna add a little bit more butter because that's how I roll. The only thing better than butter is bacon, and the only thing better than bacon is butter. That's my rule. Okay, there we go. Now I'm gonna take this off the heat for a second, and I'm gonna use my favorite kitchen tool in the world. If you know me, you know I love this thing. Hand blender. Okay, I'm gonna blend the tomatoes nicely. Nice. Spent a couple of years in Australia. That's actually where I trained. Nice. Grams and Celsius and I'm sorry, teachers, I still don't get it. Luckily, I have a phone and I can tell me exactly how many grams and kilos and Celsius to Fahrenheit and all that hoo-ha. Oh, it's hot. Yeah, that's the other thing. Be careful when you're blending hot soup. And when you get an immersion blender like this, you want to get one that has a metal at the bottom. So you can put it in hot stuff like this. The plastic ones, I don't know if I trust them, to be honest with you. All right, now I'm gonna add a little bit of cream. This will allow me also to blend better. And it will let me know how far I need to go. Just give me a little. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. How's that look? Pretty good. I'm gonna add a little bit more cream. You notice I really don't measure that much. I do it by taste. Oh, and I want to add a little more. I have salt and white pepper. I think white pepper adds so much to dishes. If you've never used white pepper, go get some. Try white pepper. When I travel in Europe, they use a lot of white pepper. Whereas I would use black pepper. A lot of times there's white pepper in your salt and pepper shakers. And you say, wow, there's an interesting flavor here. That's the umami that the white pepper gives to a dish. The more you know. There you go. And we are basically done. This is a soup that you will love. Yeah, that's it. Put it back on the heat here for a sec. Turn it down a little bit, don't go crazy. Dismount. Beautiful. All right, that soup is beautiful, done. Let's have a little taste test here. Make sure I got it. Is there anything I need to add? Now's the time. Holy monkey balls. That is good. That is really good. I don't need to add nothing. This will actually intensify. Most soups will intensify if you put them in the fridge and then serve them, tomorrow or whatever. This is great. Let me get a bowl out here. Since I was talking about Tabasco, hey, Tabasco peppers. Okay, yeah, that's my favorite. Tabasco is my favorite hot sauce. I'm going to ladle this out into a bowl. And then, what you could put on top of this is your face. But you could, if you wanted to, you could add, croutons, a little Parmesan, cheese, whatever you want to add to it, you could. But all I'm going to do is I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of garnish, a little green onion around the top, and ladies and gentlemen, there is a beautiful tomato basil soup. I like to put a little drizzle of olive oil. Look at that. Oh my God, that's beautiful. That is gorgeous. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, I put a little olive oil on top and I'm a culinary genius. Thank you. All right, guys. Well, that's it. Tomato basil soup, super simple. What do you got? Tomatoes, garlic, butter, a little olive oil, and of course, salt, pepper, and then basil, fresh basil. Did I say butter? Butter times 2. Anyway, you blend this all up and it is really spectacular. So go make yourself a bowl of tomato basil soup today. And I will see you on the next Chow Time. I'm Spike Spencer. Thanks so much for coming to my kitchen. See you next time.